we don't treat them as such. I'm old school. I have old school principles. We're not going to be on time. We're going to be early. We're not going to be dressed appropriately. We're going to be dressed right. We're going to do things by the rules, and we're going to abide by all the guidelines and regulations that we set forth. And we're not going to break it. We're going to be assets to the community, not liabilities. NIL has changed the game. I mean, I like it, but because I do think these kids should be compensated of some sort. I just don't want them to lose focus on the real goal. And the thing that provokes them to have longevity, that's the NFL. Don't focus on the NIL. That's just going to sustain you. The NFL is what's going to give you financial freedom for the rest of your life if you reach your goal. But NIL is tremendous. Also the collectives. We get so caught up in the NILs, name, image, and likeness, we forget about the collectives as well. That's when once you get together and you come up with $5 and you say this guy gets one, this guy gets one, this guy gets three. Okay, that's how that works. And we've done. It's almost like shoot. I always think biblically, like Jesus, feeding the children with the loaves and the 2 fish, 5 loaves and 2 fish, and fed the multitude, and that's what we're doing right now. And we have some wonderful kids, and we're going to change the game with the kids that we've had, but we've lost some really good kids, just based on this or that, or just a little bit more. And it's not nothing. I'm not a kind of coach that is like pay per view. I'm not. I tell a kid that if you come here just to, quick story, recruit comes in. The kid comes in, I'm not going to call the school because you'll know who the kid is. The kid comes in and says, Coach, it comes down between you and this other school. I said, well, son, if it comes down between both of us, you need to go to the other school. Because if you're dumb enough to pick that other school over us, I don't even want you. True story, I don't want you. Because now, it's not about the likelihood of you going pro. You're just trying to get a bag. If you're just trying to get a bag full of money, we don't want you. You're playing for the wrong reason because, okay, if I say that part I was getting ready to say, you would know what school is talking about. There you go, I'm catching myself. God is so good, thank you, Lord. But we don't want that type of kid. We want that type of kid that comes here, wants to graduate from here, wants to go to the NFL, wants to be a pillar of the community. Not a kid that wants to get a bag and run. We don't want that type of kid. We don't recruit that type of kid. We don't attract that type of kid. And all these kids that we brought in have a commitment to excellence. And we've checked them out thoroughly. So we pray to God that there won't be any obscenities around the community or on campus or anything like that of that nature. And we know they got to be dedicated to their activities.
What's a good year this year? What's the record?
I don't go. I can't give you that because if I give you that, we're going viral. Okay, you gotta understand. When I talk, it's going viral. So we're going to exceed your expectations. We're going to exceed your expectations, and I guarantee you, when you play against us, you're going to know you play against us. You're going to know that. You're going to feel it. You're going to feel it, and I cannot wait till you see. Everybody make a big deal over what's not here. But you need to start making a big deal of what's coming. Because what's coming is far greater than what's gone. I promise you that. If what's gone was so valuable, I wouldn't be here. So you got to understand that. Don't get caught up in that nonsense and the mayhem and all that and thinking this and that. We know what we're doing. And we've done it before.
All right, I got a question right back here in the middle.
Can we at least make a pact to beat Nebraska this year?
Before we beat Nebraska, we got to beat TCU.
Yeah.
What does a supportive community look like?
A community that does what it can to help. And that can come in result of a meeting. I've seen this man in many business meetings, and he's really good. And he can explain to you and simplify the things that we are in need of. Sometimes it can be something so minor that blesses the kid tremendously. Because now you're adding value to him and he feels like he's somebody. I mean, one of the biggest things that meant the most to me in my life, not only just my beautiful children, got you into something, didn't it? Not only my beautiful children, but a darn Pepsi machine. I just bought a Pepsi machine. That made me feel like I was somebody, like I made it. I got a vending machine at the crib. Yay! I mean, things as simplistic as that. You may take those things for granted, but growing up how we grew up, those things mean a lot. A meal, it could be a meal a week or something like that. I know we have the buff card and all that stuff, but it's so many simplistic things that helps these young men migrate through life. Because the tribulations and some of the trials that they come out of, it's tremendous. And that's why they chose to come to Boulder. When they got out here and got out there on that balcony and went around town and saw how beautiful it was and didn't see police sirens ringing every minute and gunshots at night, like that was it. That's a difference maker. Do not take the small things for granted.
How are you feeling about it?
Okay, one at a time. I'm old, I look young, but I'm really old. Okay, the spring game.
Yeah.
Some things that we wanted to see, we saw. We saw that way prior to the spring game. We just wanted the fan base to really kind of see what we're presenting, but you gotta understand, I'm never satisfied with certain things because I know we can be greater and I know what we needed, and I can't wait till you see what we got for you. It's like a present. I can't wait to unwrap. I can't wait to unwrap this thing. So that was tremendous, but I was more excited for the fans and Peggy, right?
Yeah, she can boot it too.
That was the play. That was the best part of the game for me.
98-yard kicker.
Yeah.
Your own kicker, I should say.
What's part two of that?
Part two of that is how are you feeling about the team in general?
Feel real good.
The defense, offense.
Feel really good. Like we're so far down the street that I like to know freshmen, juniors, seniors. Okay, 2024 after that, going into that year, what we need. And if I tell you we may need one corner here, and we may choose that as a freshman, maybe 2 guys from the portal, like that stuff is already structured, that we know what we need going into next year already. So we already know, okay, in the linebacker position, maybe one linebacker, and that guy be from the portal because of the age that you have. You gotta have balance with older kids, younger kids, so those kids, you have balance on your team. So that whole roster is filled out, and we're blessed to have well over 300. I think we're closing in on 400 young men that are what's the walk-ons in is it junior college trial on the 30th. That's over 300, close to 400 kids. So just do the numbers. Out of 400 kids, 10 of them are going to be able to play. At least 10 of them are going to be able to play. I can't wait to see that because that's astounding. That's astounding. And I think at our youth camp, we'll have over 1,000 kids. I can't wait to see the little kids. We have over 1,000 kids for our youth camp, which is phenomenal. The numbers that we're seeing on the websites are phenomenal. We go to Houston as well as to Atlanta because a lot of kids can't afford to get to us. So we partnered with HBCUs to go to there, and we have multiple schools come in and do a camp together. Yeah, so we can go out and see the town.
You know, 18 months ago, we had 27 kids leave our program because they didn't want to be here. That's a fact. And some of them did go because they had NIL opportunities at another place. One thing that to be clear about is we can't offer an NIL deal to a student athlete to entice him to come here.
Right.
Once they come here, we can put together NIL deals for them, or a collective can support them when they're coming here. So as an example, one of our collectives is the Buffs for Life Collective. And they actually raise money, and the money goes to having our student athletes, and their big initiative is suicide prevention. So they're doing a lot of messaging that they get paid for as part of being a student athlete at CU. And it's not just in football, it's all of our sports. So again, there has to be some regulations moving forward, and again, we're seeing a bill go to the House, but again, unless they enforce the rules that we currently have in place, and it's chaos until they get that done.
It's chaos. You have no idea. You have no idea what it's like out there. I love that question. I've been asked that question by a multitude of the kids. They only ask that question in college when the guys are bringing kids in. They never ask that question in high school. There's a new class every year, right? They never ask that question in the NFL. You got, what, 7, 9 draft picks, free agents, you're coming in. I never hear that question. I was playing for 14 years. Never heard the question. But college, if someone brings in a lot of kids, you have that. We have this month, next month, and the following month to get to know one another. And that's 3 months. I'm pretty sure somebody in here proposed in less than 3 months.
I did 5 months.
So ask yourself that. You're in a real relationship and you propose to give you the rest of your life in probably a couple months. But you ask us how we gonna do it in 3 to 4 or 5 months, okay? Good question. Look, kids are different because parents are different. Parents are making everybody right now. There's some tough, hard-nosed parents anymore. The reason is because that most of us have done better than our parents. And we look back on our lives and say, you know what? Well, when I'm a parent, I'm going to treat my kids so much better. I'm going to make sure I get my kid that big wheel or that rock and soccer robot that he really wanted. You got to be 50 and over to understand what a rock and soccer robot is. But you want it to be better. In doing that, you don't even understand. You're negating of what makes you who you are. What makes you tough and who you are is because of what you dealt with as a kid. What makes you firm in who you are is because of what you've been through. You came through it. You may be smelling like smoke, but you came through it. You don't want your kids to go through that. And that's when we cripple kids. Because we're bathing. You know, every time they fall down as a kid, you pick them back up. No, let them fall and sit there. Right, son? Yeah. I was a different type of father. I really was. I wanted my kids because we had wealth. And I wanted them to have some tenacity, some toughness, and some mental toughness, and some capabilities. So when the world hit them upside the head, they ain't crying for dad. Now they too old to be hollering dad at 27, 28 years old. You don't prepare for the highs and lows. You just prepare for men and young women. What's the first part you just said? People are pumping them up because of what? What you said something that was phenomenal.
Yeah.
It was good. Now you gotta remember. It was good.
Yeah, so they get pumped up and they're doing well. They give them all the accolades, but there's so much criticism.
Okay.
They miss one
Yeah,
run.
but you can't want a bag of money. You want to get paid like a professional, but you want to be treated like a child. That don't work. If you want to be compensated like a pro, the media now, they're going to treat you like a pro. Because, man, you got kids out there working their butts off at these local restaurants, these local businesses, right? Just to make it through college. Then you got a kid coming in here with a luxury car that really ain't done nothing. Then he mess around and drop a ball that is decisive in the game, and you think they're going to feel sorry for him? That don't work like that. If you're going to be motivated by the claps, you got to be motivated by the moves. So you shouldn't even be motivated. You just got to learn how to rock steady. That's when your staff and your support staff and all the resources that we have in this wonderful university is there to take care of you, to look out for you, and to guide you and to lead you in the right direction. And be corrective, not passive, and not even abrasive. But we let them know, hey man, it's gonna be some ups and downs, but you gotta get your butt back up. Even that, talking to trainers, I've been talking to trainers all day today. And one of the things that I said, look man, I'm old school. I don't run out there unless I see bone and blood. I'm straight up. I'm straight up. If we run out there and he has a shoulder that's hurt, ain't nothing wrong with your, I will run out there and say, ain't nothing wrong with your legs. You know, that's just how I am. That's what life does, right? So we gotta prepare these kids for life because we already said all of them ain't going pro. So they gotta get up for life. This ain't just about football, this is about life. Just so matters that we play the game of football and there's a scoreboard up there. And I wouldn't play to win if you take the scoreboard down, but as long as the scoreboard is up, I'm gonna play to win.
Sure is. 8 commits right here.
I am serious. They walked out there and it was over.
Thanks, Dan. Everything you like it. Go get him, Chip. We're working on the job.